Well, good evening, everybody. This is John Unell, aka John I Fly. It's Thursday evening, the 27th, and, well, let's just say we're supposed to get a nor'easter. If things work out, we won't get much snow here. The closer to the coast you get, we'll get a lot more snow. So let's just hope it stays further out to the ocean, you know. Anyway, seems like Donald J. Trump has had a hard week, last week specifically. I believe it was the 19th, I'm not quite sure. I think it was a Wednesday. But anyway, it was revealed that the Supreme Court of the United States rejects Donald Trump's request to block release of White House records to the January 6th Congressional Committee. I love it. I love it. Here we have a man who, he got away with stuff all of his life, had things his way. Didn't work out this time, however. And I love it. I love it. More than 700 documents that can now be transferred to Congress, and you can bet that the committee's looking them over. And I love it. I love it. It was, I believe the decision was 8-1. Eight justices rejected Donald Trump's request, while one didn't like that idea, and that was Clarence Thomas. He would have granted Trump's request for an injunction. Somehow, I wonder if his wife didn't have something to do with that. I think it was yesterday or today, somebody said they think she wears the pants in the family. Wouldn't surprise me. Can't always take things for face value. You look at somebody like Clarence Thomas, and he looks so rough and, how could I say, take charge type of guy. May not be so like that. I think he may have had his wife call the shots on that one, but I guess we'll never know for sure. But anyway, enough of the justices voted, so they have to be turned over out of the archives, the National Archives. The Select Committee can now review from the National Archives the most sensitive and with the records, the White House records, the most sensitive White House records from the Trump administration, including all your call logs, your daily presidential, briefings, what have you, handwritten notes, and memos from his top aides. So he has no choice now. And I haven't heard too much from him on that. Usually when something's decisions made against him, he's out there crying and, oh, they can't do this to me and all that nonsense. Well, obviously, Mr. Ex-President, they can. And I love it. I love it. The committee chairman, Bernie Thompson, let's see here, via tweet, it's bad when you can't read your own writing. Anyway, Bernie Thompson via a tweet, let me see here. He said, SCOTUS, and this is his quote, SCOTUS, or Supreme Court of the United States, action is a victory for the rule of law and American democracy. And it really is. You know, for years Trump's gotten away with shit, had things his own way. It's not working that way anymore, Donnie Trump. So, and it's funny because not only does he have to worry about the January 6th committee, he's got to worry about the New York State Attorney Generals. I love it. Attorney General Letitia James. She takes action. She wants Donald J. Trump, get this now, Donald J. Trump, the former ex-asshole president, Donald Trump Jr., and Ivanka Trump to be forced to comply with ongoing investigations into the Trump Organization's financial dealings. Gee, you mean to tell me that maybe he was up to no good? I mean, why else would the New York State Attorney General want to check in onto this? Well, let's see here. Since moving to compel testimony of Eric Trump in August of 2020, the Office of Attorney General has collected significant, let that sink in, significant additional evidence indicating that the Trump Organization used fraudulent or misleading asset valuations to obtain a host of economic benefits, including loans and insurance coverage, as well as tax deductions. How about that? Shock, shock, huh? Should we all be surprised? You better believe he's been pulling stuff like this. I don't have exact examples, but basically, when it suited him, he would say that his properties were worth X amount of dollars. When it was to his advantage, and he'd make the valuations of the property higher than what they really were, and vice versa. You know, if they, in order to not pay a lot of taxes, he said, well, you know, the market's not, it's not like what it, you know, really expensive. It's not worth that much, blah, blah, blah. And he'd always have an excuse as to why he would push the reasons for these asset devaluations or what have you. Anything he can do to get away with it and not have to pay taxes or, you know, whatever, his fair share if he had to pay taxes. If he could get away with not paying taxes at all, that was better for him, and that's what he'd do. Then he would do it. But he didn't, you know, the man's just a fake. What can I say? And this is not the only stuff that's bad about him, and it shows that he's a fake, and he's a criminal as far as I'm concerned. But it just came out recently that the U.S. Justice Department is investigating fake electors in several, I believe it's 7 swing states. Really? Say it isn't so. Could Donald Trump and his cronies do that? You better damn believe it, they would. Here it says, let's see if I get her name right here. Lisa A. Monaco. She's a deputy attorney general. She said, our prosecutors are looking at those, and I can't say anything more on ongoing investigations. But basically, from what I understand, is he had fake electors in there, and if I'm not mistaken, it was sent to the archives as well, saying that, well, actually, in these 7 states, like Pennsylvania was one of them, I think Michigan might have been another one. I don't, off the top of my head, know all of the states, but they were swing states. Well, figures from Donnie's fake electors submitted figures that said, well, you know, actually, Trump had X amount of votes in this state, like maybe Pennsylvania. And they're trying to say that, well, the elections were rigged. Well, you know, if somebody did not count all of the votes that went for Donald Trump, or maybe somebody threw them in the garbage can, or whatever nonsensical things they'd come up with. They made these claims, and they actually sent them. They have copies, I believe, sent to the archives. So they're looking them over now too, as far as I know. But yeah, we should never be surprised. That's Donald's way, you know. Now it says here, lawmakers, state officials, and the January 6th committee asked the Justice Department to look into role played by those fake electors and documents they submitted to the National Archives on, now get this, on December 14th, 2020. They have the exact date they were submitted. So they're going to look into that. And it's about time. It's about time. I bet you Donnie Trump he's ripping. And you know something? I could care less. I let him rip. Let him cry like a baby. There's a lot more that's going to be coming. I'll tell you what. In the coming months, we're going to see a lot of stuff. I can't wait till the public hearings take place, because then the nonsense is really going to come out. Like they say, the shit's going to hit the fan. And it will. It will. I tell you what, my heart goes out to President Biden. This what's been going on. I mean, he's having to deal with inflation. Just today, I believe it was, it came out. The economy is doing so well. Since the last time it did that well was, I believe, I don't know if it did that well. Yeah, it was. They did that well since 1984. During the, I believe Reagan was president at the time. But we're doing well with the economy. They may have to slow it down with interest rates increases. Something's got to be done about that. Of course, the Republicans right away are sitting there saying, oh, you know, it's all because of President Biden and his policies. That's bullshit, and they know it. Anything, they'll pull anything out of their butts just to make Biden look like shit. And he doesn't, you know. He's doing a hell of a job. Thing too, we also have this situation with Russia. And I wouldn't put anything past Putin. He's not to be trusted. He's up to no good. But anyway, that's all I have for tonight. But because I don't have much time on this, I'm using my phone to do this video. But stay tuned, people. It's going to be interesting in the coming weeks what goes on. Well, thanks for taking the time to listen and watch. Remember to look me up on YouTube. I go as John I Fly, JOHNIFLY. And on Facebook by my real name, John R. Unell, UNELL. Thanks for taking the time to listen, and I'll look forward to hearing your comments. Feel free to comment. Okay. Have a good rest of your week, and maybe hopefully sometime toward the maybe the weekend I can do another presentation here. But take care, and for those living in the Northeast, please be careful, stay warm. The weather's supposed to be treacherous on Saturday. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. Okay, have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.